Hey guys, Dean here from Big Dog Builds. Today we've got the Queen G, brand new ZR2 from GMSV here in Australia. We thought what better car to get for one of our Big Dog crew and really test out what the 1500 range is all about. We mainly do the HD truck builds at Big Dog Builds, as you see, week in, week out, but there's definitely a gap missing there from our normal builds, and that's the 1500 range. Being the 1500 range, you can't get them above the 4.5 tonne GVM mark, meaning that they can only be NB1, so they're not the NB2 heavy duty truck for the truck license category. So for this, they are a little bit not as strong as the HD trucks. The chassis is definitely a lot thinner, the axles, pretty much everything about them. You compare a 1500 to a 2500 next to each other. They may both say 4.5 tonne towing capacity, but I know which one I'd get if I had a 4.5 tonne van. What comes with the 1500 range though, slightly less size than the HD trucks, so for a daily, they're definitely a lot more suitable for around town. What you can tow with them is still decent, depending on what you do with the vehicle itself. So how much you load up in the vehicle, your GVM of the vehicle itself is going to greatly affect the GCM, gross combined mass with the trailer on the back. So having a fully loaded van and a fully loaded car just isn't going to work if you're in this category. We didn't need the weights for this one, so we've gone and bought the ZR2. So we wanted to see what this one does. Having the factory lift from GMSV, what we've done is just kept the factory suspension in it at the moment. We've done a slight little leveling kit from Peak Suspension in the USA for the front end, just to bring it up a little bit to fit the 35-inch tyres. We've gone for the Method 318 gloss black wheels. They're a 17 8.5 0 offset with a 35 12.5 17 Toyo MT. So I really wanted to get the stance of this vehicle looking really good. Having the mud terrain tyre, the 0 offset with the 17 8.5 wheel definitely makes that stance a little bit wider, does look good. The little cutaway in the ZR2 front bumper looks really aggressive from the front end, and that's the look that we're going for this one. With the front end, the bumper on this one, how it has got the cut in, will affect your tyre clearance with these 35s depending on your offset. So we've gone and made some billet aluminium spaces for the front bumper just to get that forward a little bit so the wheel clearance is there. We've got to do a few modifications for this wheel and tyre size with this lift for the rear mud flap area. So removing a little bit from the inside there is going to allow for the wheel. I still need to do a little bit of trimming under there. The carpet is still catching on a few things, but I think 35 muddy with this lift, might go to something a little bit higher in the future just to get a bit more clearance there, but for now I think it looks great. Sticking to the front end, you can see we've done a blackout badge kit, so we've got some badges in from the States. We've done the gloss black Cat 6 indicators, and around on the front end we've done a partial chrome delete / custom color coding. So you've got the black chrome section here being the horizontal piece. We've gone and matched that to the piano black. We've then done the Sand Dune color into the chrome bit. We've deleted the red from inside the badge, and then we've powder coated the bash plates, the tow hooks, and underneath the vehicle as well. So having that full black front end, the piano black, the Sand Dune color, then the 6.2 litre blacked out on the hood as well, looks great. So Sand Dune color, there isn't too many in Australia. Pretty lucky to get our hands on that one. I think it looks great with this, with the slight chrome delete, making it pretty much the only one that I've seen on the road with this color theme. If you're wanting the front end package, we've got them ready to go for ZR2s. It requires about a 3-4 week turnaround time to do any sort of custom paint with us at Big Dog Builds, which requires removal, send off to the paint shop for a professional paint. So nothing's done in-house, but we use some of the best in the business. While we get the bash plates powder coated, we can do your suspension, we can do your wheel and tyre combo, and any electrical work that you needed. We'll shoot around to the side of the vehicle, show you what's going on there, and then what we're going to be doing in the future on the rear. As you can see, we've got the AMP Research electric side steps. These have got the courtesy LED light for when it is night time. They make getting in and out of the car just that little bit easier. Being the 1500, not as tall as some of our normal builds here, but having the access there to jump in and out definitely makes such a difference. Good load rating on these ones, plug and play install, and having the courtesy light at night time is really good, and they tuck up nice and high as well, so you're not going to hit them while going off-road much. So on the side of this one, that's all we've done on the side. The factory suspension's exactly stock. We haven't done anything to the rear end just yet, so that's how the car sits with the 1/2-inch leveling kit in the front. Got the factory leafs in the back, which are quite soft. We've loaded it up, gone camping, and noticed a little bit of softness in the rear. We've got airbag solutions for that, and soon to come, we've got some pretty cool suspension options for the ZR2 as well. For the rear, keeping it pretty simple at the moment. We've only just started what we're going to be doing in the back. We've got the back flip folding tonneau cover. This one is quite simple to use. The reason why we've gone for that one, we don't go in and out the back here too often. When we do, having that, still a lockable cover, nice and easy to use. You can't get in there and the tailgate's locked, and you've still got access to the 4 points here. So I am thinking about putting on a tub rack on the back here. Having access to those 4 points will allow multiple different combinations, what we choose to go with. And then on the back here, you can see the tinted tail lights, badge delete on the rear tailgate, and then underneath you've got the baller S-type exhaust. So the ZR2 hasn't got the exhaust tips coming out the rear bumper. They've got the high clearance sort of downwards facing tips under there. So you've got sort of more off-roading capabilities there. You're not going to hit any tips that are hanging too low. And for the rear end, that's about it. At the back, we haven't done any 12-volt wiring just yet, just the side steps. But what we're going to be doing is adding a full under-seat lithium battery pack. So on the lithium battery pack that's to come, it's the same setup as the Chevy 2500 kit that we can offer. 200 amp lithium battery, 2000 watt and a drive inverter. You got your fuse box in there. You got your Victron Smart Protect, which will turn off the battery if it hits low voltage. And then we can do multiple different outputs into the tub as well. This one I'll go with our standard, which is a grey outlet. 2 grey outlets in the tub, a grey outlet inside the car, a red solar input, Anderson plug that is for the rear, dual USB and a SIG port in the back as well. So nice easy setup. Having the DCS 200 amp lithium battery, you got your mobile phone app, you can check state of charge, what the in current is, how much solar is going in if you've got a solar mat connected to it as well. And obviously while you're driving, we'll add a DC-DC charger to it as well. So really cool setup coming for the underseat of this one. But for now, super simple. Went for an exterior styling package. This thing sounds great, drives great, looks great, and look forward to bringing out part 2 for you. Cheers.